Hi everyone, my name is Kelly Jo. This is my very first YouTube video. I am so excited for you guys to get to know me, for me to share my artistry journey with you guys. So today we are going to be doing a chit chat, get ready with me. So let's get into it. Alright baddies, first things first, I am a professional makeup artist. I also own a small jewelry business called Gems LLC. As for my education as a makeup artist, I studied in New York City. I went to school out there at the Makeup Academy of Manhattan, but we'll get into that a little bit more later. The very first product that I went in with is the Say Super Gel, and this one is in Rose Glow. We are going to go ahead and put these hair clips in to get this hair out of the way while we glam. So I went ahead and did my brows off camera, but I do want to talk about one product that I absolutely love for the brows. It is a clear brow gel. I love this one specifically because of the brush applicator. It's like a little comb for your eyebrow hairs. I haven't really seen anything like this on the market, so I'm obsessed with it. It also does not leave a hard film over the brow hairs. It's very soft, it's not flaky. I typically like to go in and do my face first unless I'm doing like a winged eyeliner moment or something dramatic with the eyes, so let's start with that. For foundation today, I'm going in with the Patrick Ta foundation. I'm using shade 6 Neutral. It's definitely a little bit off, but we're gonna brighten it with some concealer. I get very pale in the winter time. Also, this is more of a hydrating foundation, which I prefer, especially because I have very dry skin. So while I blend this in, we're gonna chit chat a little bit. I am born and raised in Montana. It is where I'm currently living. I did recently just move back from New York City in the beginning of September. I was living in New York for a year. I went to school out there. I worked in the industry out there, did a lot of fun photo shoots, learned from a lot of really cool artists out there. I also worked as a brand ambassador for L'Oreal Luxe Brands and Kosas Cosmetics. It was super fun. I created a lot of great connections and friendships that are still withstanding to this day, so I really appreciate just like all the love that New York City taught me. It has a very special place in my heart. It was definitely crazy at times. I mean, it's New York, but it was an adventure and it was a really cool time in my life, and who knows, I might end up back there one day again. Now I'm just going in and tapping that foundation out with a beauty blender. Okay guys, unfortunately I've had my first editing mishap already. I was on time-lapse instead of video. While the cameras were acting funky, I went ahead and I went in with the Milk Makeup Cream Contour. Love that. It blends out super effortlessly. It's not muddy at all. And then I went in with one of my favorite liquid blushes. This one is the Georgio Armani Luminous Silk one, and this one is in the shade 53. I know there is a specific shade name for this one, but I'm not sure what it is. But I love this. We focused it on the apples of the cheeks and then we buffed it out up to give that upward lift. Next, we are going in with two concealers. We are going in with the MAC Studio Fix in shade NW22. And then we are going in with my brightening concealer. This is the Maybelinne Fit Me in the lightest shade that they offer. So previously I was talking about how I am moving into an apartment soon. I am so excited. I'm moving in with my boyfriend. He moved to New York with me as well, just for background. Today is actually our anniversary. We've been together for 5 years. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. But that's my boo. I'm just excited to get into the apartment and really make it a home and decorate. I feel like in New York, we didn't really have a whole lot of decorations. We didn't really make it a home. We really did live paycheck to paycheck there, but hey, sometimes it's like that. All right, I'm gonna let that concealer sit down and get tacky on the skin, and then I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out. So I have been creating content for a little while now. It's just never fully been consistent. My main platform that I really have posted on is TikTok. I definitely started on Instagram with my makeup. That is definitely where I have like all of my professional photos and just work in general. If you are interested in seeing any of my work, it's at Makeup by Kelly Jo on Instagram. TikTok is more of like my personal platform. I like to post more of my content. I posted a lot when I was in New York, kind of just giving people like a behind the scenes of what my life was like. The reason I decided I wanted to come over to YouTube is honestly because I've genuinely wanted to be doing this for a while. I just didn't have the courage. When I first got into makeup, YouTube was my go-to. All the OG beauty gurus, that's who I learned from. Jaclyn Hill, all of them. I could go down a whole line, but that's who I learned from. That's what sparked my passion for makeup artistry, and so I just kind of want to dive into this. Also, I feel like I am more successful with long-term content, or long-form content, sorry, not long-term. But I think honestly too, YouTube is a little bit more of a sustainable platform. I feel like I can grow a little bit better here. One thing I've really learned too while being a professional makeup artist is content is a really huge part of your job. You want people to know your name, you want people to see your work, and the only way to get that out there a lot of times in this day and age is to create content. Alright you guys, the very next step in my makeup routine is to set my face with powder. I'm going to go in with my two favorite setting products. This is the Kosas Cloud Set, and this one is in the shade Candy. I like this one because of the pinky undertone that it gives, but Kosas Cloud Set powders are known for blurring the skin. They are super breathable, lightweight on the skin, but they blur and they brighten. Obsessed. So I go in with a thin layer of this first, and then I'm going to go in with my tried and true Huda Beauty powder. This is in the shade Sugar Cookie. I've been using this for years. I love it. I do want to try a little bit less of a drying setting powder, but I do love this one. Right now we are going in with the Sephora Collection contour powder. I love this contour powder because it's an actual cool tone powder. This side I went a little bit heavy on, so I'm going in and I'm buffing it out with a fluffy angled brush. Let's give a little bit of a close-up on the makeup. It looks super good after it's been set. It's super smooth. I'm also going to go in with this Milani bronzer. This one is in the shade Suntan. It's their Silky Matte formula. I like to go in with a little bit of bronzer just to add some warmth. Okay, now we are going in and shaping the face with my powder puff and a little bit of powder on the back of it. Side note, have you guys heard of the new MAC collection that is coming out? I'm super excited to see it because it's all cool tones, cool tone nudes. I know they're coming out with like a cool teddy, I think like a cool spice. I'm super excited to see it. All right, we are going to switch gears and we are going to start working on the eyes. I'm going to be using the Icy Nude palette from Huda Beauty. This palette is beautiful. I got this for Christmas, so I've used it once, but I'm excited to curate some looks with it. This is the inside of the palette. This one did come out, but it's a pressed glitter, so I just packed it back in there. Yeah, so let's get into it. The first thing that I always do is I go in with a bone shade to give a nice smooth base for the eyeshadow to sit on. So I'm going to be using the shade Cold Plunge. This is a Real Techniques brush that I'm using, just a flat, fluffy brush. I'm super excited for the new year, just to have new energy, better energy. Entering my new apartment feels like a new beginning already, so I'm super excited. I've also been doing a lot of custom orders for my jewelry business. If you don't know, I kind of mentioned in the beginning of the video that I own a small jewelry business. It's called Gems LLC. You can look it up on Instagram if you're interested. I do have a shop on there and Facebook. But I do custom necklaces, and a lot of people have been loving those so that they can kind of make their own style. I've also been wanting to do a lot of more crystal necklaces. One of my good friends put me on, so I've been kind of playing around with a lot of that, which is super fun and different. All right, I'm going to kind of dust away this powder just so it doesn't leave any fine lines. The next shade I'm going into is the Poised shade. It's a very cool tone gray. We're going to create some definition around the eye. These cool tone palettes are everything to me. I feel like they just suit my complexion the best. I really love the Neutrals palette from Makeup by Mario. That one is an essential. I'm going to bring the shape along here and drag it out a little bit and then have it kind of connect at the bottom as well. I'm just buffing this out so that it's nice and blended into the eye. These Makeup by Ariel brushes times Morphe are beautiful. I'm obsessed. What are some of your guys' favorite beauty brands? Some of my favorite beauty brands, definitely, if we're thinking more on the clean side, I love Kosas. I know I used to work for them, but I love their products. Definitely love Huda Beauty, been using her forever. I think her eyeshadow palettes are one of a kind as well. Obsessed with Pat McGrath. I mean, really, I could just say all the brands. Alright, I went in with the shade Faux Fur just to add a little bit more depth to the lid, and then I'm kind of dragging it out here. One little tip that I learned from Beyonce's makeup artist, it was like a really old YouTube video I watched back in the day, like I'm not young, but he said to hold your brush at the end. Don't hold it up here, because otherwise you're gonna be sitting here blending forever. Hold it at the very end of the handle, and then you're gonna get a little bit more shape because you're going more of a light hand. All right, I'm going back in with that shade Poised, kind of using it as my transition shade. All right, I've gone in with She Rich, and I've created a little bit of a small wing just to add a little bit more to the eye. All right, you guys, we did the rest of the wing. I brought it down and tied it underneath my eyes as well and blended it out. And now we're gonna go in with the glitter, which is the fun part. I think we're gonna go in with this VVS shade right here. Pretty, it's gonna really pick up on the eye. Now I'm going in with a clean finger to kind of buff the glitter up and outward. That is so pretty. Okay, we're gonna go in and add mascara. I am using the Clinque mascara. I like this one because it doesn't clump my lashes together. Also, fun little fact, I also lived in Charlotte, North Carolina for a little while. I actually technically lived in Fort Mill, but I lived there for 6 months. It was super fun. My boyfriend's from that area. I really love the Carolinas. I definitely see myself moving there long term in the future. I'm obsessed with Wilmington there. It's their coastal beach town. It's one of my favorite places on earth. I just had to share with y'all. Drop down below what are some of your guys' favorite places to travel to. I love traveling, so y'all will definitely see that content when it's happening. I've also been wanting to try this Essence mascara. I believe it's called Lash Princess. My good friend put me onto it, and her lashes looked amazing. Gorge. All right, we definitely need to do a falsie moment, so let's pull those out. Okay, you guys, one of my favorite pair of lashes is the Kiss lashes. Just their lashes in general, I love. This one that I am wearing today is the pearl earring. I'm going to fit these to my eye, and then we're going to get to it. Let me know in the comments what some of y'all's favorite lashes are. I would love to try them out. I'm always open to suggestions. If you struggle applying false lashes, is to take a little bit of that glue. You can put it on a flat brush, or you can just use the wand. I'm using the Duo Clear Glue. This is the one that I prefer. And you can put a little bit on your lash line. Be careful to avoid your lashes just to help it grip and stay a little bit better. I honestly feel like it stays a lot longer when you do it this way. I do this with my professional clients sometimes, and it just works. All right, I'm taking the lash. Don't mind how crazy this lash glue bottle looks. So I'm putting it on the top of the lash, and then I'm gonna let it dry down and get tacky. And then I'm going to kind of round the lash like this, if you can kind of see what I'm doing. So it gives a nice curve. And I'm hooking it onto that front lash and then placing it in the back, getting it as close to the lash line as possible. Okay, you guys, I am back with the lashes on. I'm obsessed with these ones. I did go in with my Valentino liner. I went in with the gel pencil side just to fill in up in that waterline, tight line area so that it helps hide the lash. The next step that I'm going in with is the Dewy set from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I've been loving this one. I'm trying it out right now, but so far, so good. Okay, the lip liner I'm using today is the MAC Cosmetics lip liner in the shade Whirl. This is a really nice mauve color. I definitely need to sharpen it, but we're not doing that right now. So what I like to do to line my lips, this is kind of what I do when I am working on clients. I use it as a guide. We're going to start at the bottom and create a little bit of a line. And then we're going to do the same at the top. We're going to connect here and here. And now all you have to do is connect the sides. And also, pause, what I was using to prep my lips this entire time was the Ole Henriksen Peptide Lip Balm. Obsessed with these. Alright, for the lipstick, we're going in with MAC in the shade Blankety. This one is definitely ran through, so I'm not showing that on camera. But I still am obsessed with this color. It's just the perfect cool tone, nude, pinky nude color for me. Like I was talking about earlier, MAC is launching a new collection, so a lot of my lipsticks you're going to be seeing are from MAC. This is their sleek satin formula, so it's more hydrating. Okay, I do want to add a little bit of a gloss over the top. I'm just going to go in with that Ole Henriksen Lip Peptide Balm. It is basically clear, so it'll work. Alright, you guys, here is that lip combo. More spritz of setting spray. Oh my gosh, my first YouTube video is coming to an end. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to link all of my social medias down below if you want to check them out and support. I really appreciate it. I'm super excited to start this journey with you guys again, so please stay tuned for future content. And now I'm going to give you a close-up of the glam.